After 61 years, one Johnstown man will finally be getting his high school diploma.
New at 6, 10 TV's Bryant Somerville explains how it all came to be.
Just off State Route 62 in Johnstown, there's a home you've probably never seen, owned by a man you've probably never heard of.
He's a very decorated war hero, lived in Johnstown.
Brigadier General Perry Miles commanded an all-African regiment in World War I. When he died in 1961, part of his will wished that his farm be kept for the purpose of religious, educational, and recreational good to benefit residents in Johnstown Village and the surrounding community. More than 60 years later,
there is a legal case.
Johnstown Monroe Superintendent Dr. Philip Wagner says the courts are now involved, trying to sort out the Miles estate.
Eventually, those conversations made their way here to the American Legion, where, as you might imagine, a veteran's final wishes not being honored, not sitting well. But it was during those conversations another name came up.
A name also tied to 1961.
One thing led to another. We started talking about schools, and I learned about Urvin, and he should have graduated in the class of 1962.
Urvin Hartsock
I thought I was smarter than the teachers, and I quit.
never finished high school. His last picture can be found in the pages of the 61 Johnstown yearbook. He quit school to work at a steel plant. The next year, after he was laid off, he enlisted in the U.S. Army.
At that time, I was young, 18, thought I was smarter than the teachers that was teaching me. And when I got in the service, I figured out I wasn't as smart as I thought I was.
He spent 3 years in Korea during the Vietnam War with the 532nd Quartermaster Fueling Depot. By the time he returned to Johnstown a few years later, he had a wife, he had children. But still,
You're not as smart as you thought you was.
no diploma.
I've learned that the hard way. I learned that the hard way.
A lifelong wish of his own father, who also never got a diploma because he had to work to help support his family, that all of his children would receive theirs.
But in this year's graduating class of 2023, we will have a graduate from the class of 1962.
A district policy saying if someone joins the workforce or joins the armed forces but are currently a resident of Ohio, they can be awarded a high school diploma. So this year's graduating class of about 140 will now be plus one.
Yeah, in deep appreciation and admiration of your service.
61 years later, quite by happenstance,
Well, I let him down. I didn't get it. So I'm trying to make up for that.
his time for pomp and circumstance.
At least I've honored my dad's wishes.
In Johnstown, Bryant Somerville, 10 TV News.
Well, Dr. Wagner says Hartsock will be in attendance at this May's graduation. He also says the district continues to argue its case concerning the Miles estate.